And for the last lesson of this final project, we are going to create our nav bar, okay? Creating a navigation bar is something more advanced that I will cover more in depth in a future course if you enjoy this course. But basically, what every nav bar should have is a logo. In this case, is a heading 1, but you can change it for an image and add some width and height to it. It has a hamburger menu icon. In this case, is an image. You can also add an SVG. You don't see it, but it's right here. Okay, you can see it. I'm dragging it. Okay, this is the image. In fact, if I add a style background color of black, you can see it there. Okay, here is the image. Now it also has an unordered list. This is how usually you create menus, okay, with list items with an anchor and the link you want it to go. Okay, here we are adding a hash and the ID we used. Okay, so if you see here, it has an ID of overview. Features, it has an ID, I think it should be here. It has an ID of features, and we have the last ID of buy now, and it is in the call to action right here, buy now. This makes it so when you click, it moves you to that part. Okay, we will learn how to make this smooth later on, but when you click a link that has this hash right here and the ID of your element, it will move you to that element. Okay, that's something really great you can do, and in fact I'm going to show you later on how to add the styling so it looks smooth. Okay, now that we have the basic elements, we need to style them. So we're going to add all the basic styling. I'm going to explain it right now. Basically, we add a background, a text color, some padding, position sticky. This makes it so it's always at the top. You can see it. If I remove it, okay, now it's there. It's a regular element. But if I add it, we have it sticky always when we scroll. Okay, so it's at the top position. We can move it so it has we have to add pixels. Okay, so now it's at the middle of the screen. This doesn't make sense, so we're going to leave it as it was. And the zeta index is so it's on top of all the elements. Okay, the index is at what layer is this element. Okay, so let me draw. Let me show you this. Okay, so we can have in like this is a great example. Maybe you have the container, we have an image, and we have a video on top. The index determines which element is on top. Okay, so if this one has a index of 50 and this one has an index of 100 and this one has an index of 1, this one will be on top of this one. But if we change this to 200, this one will be on top. Okay, so the one that has the higher value is on top. So in this case, we add a really high value. Now we align the items to the center. Okay, and we add a space between because we added here a flex styling. Okay, so you can see it's really simple if you follow along the course. Okay, so we have this element right here with the items at the center, but with the space in between. Okay, so we have one element far away to the left and one element far away to the right. Okay, in this case is the unordered list. We add a font size for the logo, so it's the size we want, and the nav links we remove the dots. Okay, so this is what adds these dots right here. When you have a list element, we remove them. We say display flex, so it's one next to the other. They are not occupying the full width, but they are one next to the other. And we add a gap in with the elements, so they are not one next to the other. The color and remove the text decoration from the anchor. Okay, so we are selecting the nav links class inside the list item and the anchor. Okay, and now with the menu toggle, which is this right here, which is in the middle, we're going to hide it by default because later we will add media queries to make our design responsive. Okay, but I added a width and a height and cursor pointer, so when you put the cursor here, it looks like a button. Okay, it is not a button. We will add later on the functionality, but we add it here for styling. In fact, you can add many not allowed, for example, so it shows as if it is not allowed. You can change the behavior of the cursor from any element. Okay, But by default, we are going to display none, so it's hidden, and we are going to make so when we resize the screen and the screen is small, we are going to hide these links right here, and we are going to show the anchor right there, okay? And as I promised you, I'm going to show you how to make the smooth scroll. It's just adding this property right here, HTML scroll behavior smooth. So when we click here, it moves smoothly. And this is a great way to make a navigation so we can feature some sections, okay? So you have a direct link to the buy now section, okay? Because when we click here, the link is this has buy now, and this container right here has the ID buy now, okay? So that's how we specify it, okay? This has the ID buy now, and this has the link right here buy now. So that's the basic styling. Now we are going to make this navigation responsive.